In today's video, we are taking a look at how to convert AI video generations from reference characters into game-ready animations like you see in this demo. This is a look at Babe Fighter, a little knockoff I'm doing for fun and for demonstration purposes on the classic game Street Fighter. Everything you see, characters, animations, backgrounds, background characters, seagulls, boats, everything was generated up using this process. Let's take a look at how this is done. Head on over to the Sorceress at Game Creation Suite. From here, we're going to go to Sprite version 3. Sprite version 3 has all sorts of different image models built in that you can choose and use to generate up your starting reference character. In this case, I've used GPT Image 2.0, and I've created a Street Fighter Bikini Babe to go along with my Street Fighter Bikini Babe game. One thing you will want to do is make sure that you're generated on that nice green screen background. So this was using this reference pose. Let's create a brand new character in the sort, and all you need to do for that is ask for the character to be on a green screen background. Click on the character's image or click on animate, and what we're going to do here is we're going to use Imagine 1.5, the default of 2 seconds for an animation. I'm going to type in kicking attack and click on generate. This is going to create the video for the kicking attack animation. And so what we get is something like this. In this case, it's actually got more than I want it to do, but that's okay because it's got a good starting kick and I can totally use that. Let's go ahead and clean out the green screen. I'm going to select this and I'm going to choose every second frame that I want. I don't need every frame. I'm going to choose 512 size fast. It'll process a lot faster, and I don't need 1024 size sprites. And I'm going to remove that background. This uses the corridor key green screen background removal for an absolutely perfect background removal process. No halos, no smudges, just beautiful, clean green screen removal. And so here we've got the green screen removed. I'm going to actually open up this animation because it's got more than I want. And I'm going to click play down here and I'm going to start subtracting the frames, just going to drag over them and decide that I don't want these. I want basically that. There's the kick animation. And so from here, what I can do is on the left, I can download this sprite sheet. It's actually now ready to use in my game. And here's a look at that final sprite sheet. I'm going to take this one step further though, because I actually want to start with an animation set that I created for one of my previous characters because they're going to have similar animations. So here's a character that I created already in my game. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually select every animation that I want to copy prompts for. I'm going to copy all 17 prompts here, and this is a really easy and unique feature to Sprite 3. So what I can do is now open up the character that I want to apply those prompts to and generate up every single animation so that more than one character can basically have the same or similar animation. This saves you a ton of time when it comes to setting up multiple characters that probably have similar movement animation requirements. And so like that, I was able to come and generate all of the different animations used for the characters in other parts of my games. Some of these might need to be regenerated. That one's falling down in the wrong direction. I can just hit regenerate, maybe adjust the prompt a little bit if it doesn't came out perfectly. And that's the thing with AI generation, is that you'll get pretty consistent results for the most time if you use prompting that is specific, but sometimes you just need to regenerate. Let's say I'm happy with everything now. I'm going to actually select everything all at once, and I'm going to go ahead and batch remove every green screen from every frame of every video all at once. This is definitely a huge time saver. So we've basically got all our animations ready for a game. I could individually check out some of these animations and make sure that there's not extra frames I don't want, just like I showed you before. But I'm going to actually just skip that part for now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to bring these into your game, because there's a couple of ways to do it. So number one, of course, is to grab and download all of the individual sprite sheets. The full pack.zip file not only contains the animation sprite sheets, but also any sort of sprite sheet modifications you may have made. So for example, in the Sprite Suite Setup tool, you can actually select frames and you can right click on them and you can add a tag. For example, let's say you want to specifically specify that this is the start of a punch, this is the middle of a punch, and this is the recoil of a punch. You can do that. You can set how many frames per second to play each segment for. You can also head on over into the Combat tab, and you can set where there are meant to be hit locations if you're doing something like a fighting game, like I am in this case. And then once you're happy with everything you've done will be saved into this full pack.zip. That can contains the .json files that will instruct your coding agent exactly how to put together everything that you want, and you can also toggle on sounds. Here's one of the really cool things about generating AI videos now with Imagine 1.5, and that is each of the animations will also have a sound effect created for them. And in some cases, these sound effects will be absolutely perfectly timed for the animation that you're creating. So not only are you getting animations, but you're also getting sound effects. So you can toggle on to download the sounds, and each sound will be individually stripped out of the video and put into a .mp3 file. And then you just download, drop that into your 3JS game or your Phaser game or whatever kind of game format engine you're working on. And Unreal Engine, Unity, whatever, you can use these sprite sheets anywhere. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to head on over into the Wizard Genie game engine. If you're using Claude Code, Cursor, GPT Codex, that's all fine, because the Sorceress API will allow you to use any of those different coding models, and by coding models, I should say IDEs. And the Sorceress API will give you access to AutoRig as well as all the different asset creation tools from the Sorceress Game Creation Suite. So what I'm going to do is, since Wizard Genie, that's my own AI game engine, which comes integrated with subscriptions for things like Cloud Code Codex, Cursor, BYOK models, open source coding agents that you can run on your local computer, and more. I'm going to actually ask my agent to simply pull the character job ID right up here. The character job ID right up here. I'm going to copy that job ID. This job ID is attached to this character and all of its animations, as well as all of the sprite sheet configuration, sound effects, and everything. And I'm basically just going to say, pull this new character into the game. I initially asked my coding agent to use the Sorceress API to connect to AutoSprite 3, so it knew what to do, but this chat already knows what to do, so I'm simply going to continue on by giving it the job ID, and the API access is already built into Wizard Genie, so I'm just going to say, hey, pull this new character into the game and set it up. Anyway, gentlemen and ladies, I hope you've enjoyed a look at today's video, how to create animations for your game using AI images into AI video, and the AutoSprite 3 API helps to make this really easy and extremely efficient. See you all in the next video. Links to all the tools used will be in the description somewhere around this video.